Hey everybody, and welcome back. Today is September 24th, 2019. And in this video, we're going to decode the numerology of the murder of former NBA player Andre Emmett, someone who you're probably unlikely to have ever heard of. However, as a man who's played in these sports leagues, he is a candidate for a ritual sacrifice, and we'll look at the numerology behind it in this video. For those of you wondering where I've been for the last couple weeks, I went to Anarchadelphia last weekend and did a little presentation on Gematria and numerology there. And between the trip, catching up on work, I really needed a break for a couple weeks. And, I probably won't be posting as much in the near future, but definitely still doing some videos. And, when deaths like this come up, these things need to be exposed. And very few people are doing this type of work, and the world needs to know. So let's explain how this murder of Andre Emmett was highly, highly unlikely to have been random. Now, in my work, I talk about the language of Gematria, which is a hidden component of numerology that truly unlocks the source of this code. It simply numbers the alphabetic order 1 through 26. We also have the reduction methods, which use the rules of numerology to reduce the double-digit numbers to a single digit. The first thing I want to point out about this man's name is how Andre Emmett, using the standard alphabetic order, sums to 118, and 179 using the reverse alphabetic order. Notice how not only was he born in Dallas, Texas, but that's where he passed away yesterday. The city of Dallas, Texas, has this same gematria of 118 and 179. Now, in Jewish gematria, 118 is a significant number because both the word death and homicide summing to 118, just like the name Andre Emmett and Dallas, Texas. This man was killed on September 23rd, shortly after midnight. This was a date with 71 numerology, 9 plus 23 plus 20 plus 19. And in reverse reduction, the city of Dallas, Texas, has a gematria value of 71. Next, we'll look at the name Andre Emmett in reduction. Here we see a value of 46, and in reverse, it sums to 62. These two numbers are the same as the word sacrifice, which sums to 46 and 62 in reduction as well. As far as this 62, we're going to look at how this sacrifice was a tribute to the recent addition of Erik Johnson as the new mayor of Dallas in June of this year. Notice how he's the 62nd mayor of Dallas. So as I talk about in my videos, when these murders occur in a large city, we're going to look at the numerology of not just the mayor, but also the date that the city was established. Dallas was incorporated on February 2nd in the year 1856. And if you measure from February 2nd of this year to the date that Andre Emmett was killed on September 23rd, you get 233 days. 233 is a kind of a cool number. It's both a Fibonacci number and a prime number. 233, the 51st prime, 51 was in yesterday's standard date numerology, 9 plus 23 plus 19. But notice how this is also the 13th Fibonacci, and this is the number that really brings this entire ritual together. Notice how the city of Dallas has a numeric value of 13 in reduction. It also sums to 41 in reverse, and 41 is the 13th prime number. Furthermore, 13 is the 6th prime number, and notice how Dallas sums to 136. So the number 13 is incredibly significant to the city of Dallas, as we see in Gematria. The new mayor of Dallas is named Erik Johnson. And check out his name using the alphabetic order. From A to Z, 1 through 26, Erik Johnson equals 130. This player who died, his name was Andre. Notice how he has a Jewish Gematria value of 130. This Jewish cipher, based in the ancient Latin alphabet, and is the most significant cipher outside of the base methods, which I teach in virtually every video. The number 130 is the value of human sacrifice, 130 using the alphabetic order. So when we write out this number, 13 as it's spelled, this is the only number in the alphabetic order that equals 99. Erik Johnson took office on June 17th of 2019, this year, meaning that on the date of the murder, it was his 99th day in office. The date September 23rd leaves 99 days on the Gregorian calendar. Now, the 9th prime number is 23. And September 23rd, of course, is written 9/23. So this date, which is already heavily connected to the number 99, we see falls very well in line with the mayor of Dallas and the incorporation date of the city. But this numeric ritual goes even further. We mentioned how 13 equals 99. Well, check out the other ciphers. Here we have values of 117 in reverse, and in reduction it sums to 45 in both methods. Well, Erik Johnson is currently 43 years old. If we measure from the date of this murder to the date of Erik Johnson's 45th birthday, which falls on October 10th of next year, notice how this is 1 year and 17 days. So it was 99 days after he took office, and then 1 year and 17 days before his 45th birthday. Notice how this is also 383 days. The name of the man who was murdered, Emmett, his name sums to 76, and the 76th prime is 383. Next, I also talk about how all these murders are in relation to total solar eclipses. And this is based on the crucifixion code, which is based in the New Testament of the Bible. In the Bible, when Jesus is crucified, darkness falls over the sky, and this is representative of a solar eclipse. Well, if we measure from the date of the murder of Erik Johnson, the murder of Andre Emmett, to the date of the next total solar eclipse, we find it's exactly 64 weeks and 0 days. You may have also noticed the English extended cipher on the left side of your screen, and this uses the current alphabetic order with the ancient Hebrew Gematria, Greek isopsephy charts. And look at the name Andre Emmett. It equals 640, just like how he died 64 weeks and 0 days before the next total solar eclipse. I also want to point out how this 64 weeks and 0 days is also 448 days. And check out the gematria of eclipse sacrifice in that same method, 448. But the 64 here is also the reverse value of the word kill. 64 reverse. In ordinal, kill is 44, and that was the numerology, or the life lesson number, of the date Emmett was killed. Something else I want to point out that's pretty interesting here. Ancient accepted Scottish rite of Freemasonry equals 448, which again is the English value of eclipse sacrifice. Well, notice how this sums to 632 in the reverse alphabetic order. 632 is the Jewish Gematria value of Dallas, Texas, 632. And using trigonal Gematria, the name Emmett equals 632. He also died 27 days after his birthday. And it was at the age of 37, which is his prime number Gematria, 370. So there's a deeper riddle here, but again, it all has to do with the same things I talk about in virtually all my videos. The numerology of the mayor of the city, the number of days to the next total solar eclipse. It just all ties in a little bit too perfectly for me to think that this man was randomly murdered in the middle of the night. Also interesting is that Mayor Erik Johnson, who this was clearly a ritual in relation to, notice how this name sums to 202, total solar eclipse, 202. But in reverse, this name sums to 230. And I found it pretty interesting that he was found at 2:30 a.m. Could that be a coincidence? I guess, but there's a few too many here for me to believe that's the case. So, thanks to everybody who was able to jump in live. I know it's pretty early this morning, but wanted to make sure I got this decode out there. For those of you wondering about Anarchadelphia, there actually is a video of my presentation up there. However, I'm going to be doing a YouTube video on the deck that I presented at Anarchadelphia, as I believe it's a pretty good summary of all my research up to this point. And it really explains the eclipse code from start to finish. So I'll be doing that at some point later this week. That's going to do it for this video. Thanks again for everybody who jumped in. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, as YouTube is doing us no favors in helping spread this knowledge. We are now down to like page 20 on YouTube search results, because this is definitely the knowledge that they do not want you having. All right, peace, love, God bless. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your week. See ya.